I want to show you, this is, and I'm going to tell you what's going on. I'm going to show you what is happening, and Donald Trump talking about what's happening in South Africa, saying that there's a genocide of white South Africans. Here it is.
Discrimination in their home country are heading to the United States, right, where your administration is going to welcome them as refugees. Now, this comes as you've halted virtually all refugee admissions for people fleeing famine and war from countries like Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Why are you creating an expedited path into the country for Afrikaners but not others?
Because they're being killed, and we don't want to see people be killed. Now, South Africa leadership is coming to see me, I understand, sometime next week. And, we're supposed to have I guess a G20 meeting there or something. But we're having a G20 meeting. I don't know how we can go unless that situation's taken care of. But it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about. But it's a terrible thing that's taking place. And farmers are being killed. They happen to be white. But whether they're white or black makes no difference to me. But white farmers are being brutally killed, and their land is being confiscated in South Africa. And the newspapers and the media, television media, doesn't even talk about it. If it were the other way around, they'd talk about it. That would be the only story they'd talk about. And I don't care who they are. I don't care about their race, their color. I don't care about their height, their weight. I don't care about anything. I just know that what's happening is terrible.
Okay, let me tell you this. Donald Trump is ignorant. Donald Trump doesn't know what's going on. Either his people are lying to him, or he does not have enough sense to read on his own. And it could be all of the above. He is either being sold a story and told a story by some really ignorant and racist people in his administration, or that he's close to, or he is just lying, and not or, and. It can be and or. And this is some really racist shit. All right? Let's put up the Associated Press, because there's some truth to that. There is no genocide of South Africans. And when here's the thing that galls me, okay, is that people don't like to throw around. They say, you cannot throw around that word genocide. It's not a genocide. You can't say this. It's not a genocide. There's not enough people dying. It's only blah, blah, blah. But they will freely say it as it relates to South Africa. Now, I'm not saying that there should be using the word at all, but if you're going to use that word, then you should have the same standard for South Africa as you have for Israel and Gaza. If you're going to throw around the G word. Because you freely want to throw it around when you want people to believe that it is happening in South Africa to white people, but you don't want to say it when folks say it's happening in Gaza to brown people. Oh, hey, Andy, is this microphone on?
It's on.
Okay, just want to check. Did you guys hear what I said? Did anybody hear what I said? Now, you know who else, before I get to this, you know who else said that to me? And I keep telling, more than a year ago. That's also one of my pet peeves, when people say over and more than, you get it wrong. Yeah. Anyways. More than a year ago, over a year ago, however you want to say, I sat down with Elon Musk, and it was very interesting to me because he asked me something. He said, do you care about, and I said, I care about suffering of all people, but because I wanted to allow him to continue on to say what he was going to say. But this is what he said to me when I talked about what was happening with racism and I think it was immigration in this country. I forget the full context. And then he said this to me, and quite frankly, I sort of gasped inside. And my producers who were there with me were like, wait, what did he say? Like, that was the first thing they said after the interview. Did he say that there was a white genocide in South Africa? Watch.
South Africa, I mean, look at what happened with apartheid. It seems to me that you should be someone who is more understanding of that, considering where you came from, considering your history.
Yeah. There's a slow white genocide going on in South Africa. Do you care about that?
Look, y'all. Let me tell you guys, I wasn't just born yesterday. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time. And I love you guys, all of you folks who are out there, all of you lemon heads, all of you part of the Lemon Nation people who stop me in the airport and you tell me that you're lemon head. And then you say to me, old people be knowing. So I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm old. I'm an older person and I be knowing. And so when I asked that, when he said that, I was like, oh, wow. And no one even thought about it for a year until this administration now that Elon Musk has been involved with, Doge, is now talking about a white genocide in South Africa. And producers, I have someone dialing in who we can put on to talk about this. John, we're talking about the white Afrikaners who were allowed into the country and what that means for the black folks and the black farmers, what's going to end up, and the black farmers who've lost so much land over the decades here in the United States because of the racist policies. What does this do? What does this mean? When you see this, what do you think?
Well, Don, this is a slap in the face to America's black farmers right now. Here you have the President of the United States flying in white farmers from Africa by charter plane. Now who's paying for that, Don? This administration always talks about conserving dollars and all these things. Bringing in white farmers to the United States, giving them a path to citizenship. And they're making people of color in this country, immigrants, leave here by the boatload, Don, and you're bringing white farmers in. This administration has said time and time again, they don't want nothing to do with DEI or anything by race. And here it is, solely by race, Don, that they're bringing white farmers to the United States and giving them path to citizenship. And we can't get our land out of federal inventory. As you know, you've interviewed me many times about the land and inventory that lie dormant that came from black farmers. They're bringing them here and they're going to provide them, Don, with the homestead, from what I'm being told, resources to farm. And they're asking other community-based groups to support the initiatives of white farmers. And here I am. I've been farming in this country, fourth generation farmer, for 42 years. I'm on my farm right now, Don. I do not have a farm operating loan right now as I speak to you. I've been turned down by 3 lending institutions in the United States that have not granted me access to credit because of his tariffs, the president's tariffs that made crop prices low. Corn, wheat, and soybeans, the very commodities that I raise, and beef cattle that I have right out here in my pasture out here, are all regulated by the markets. This president is running black farmers out of business right now by not granting them access to credit. They're closing up USDA offices. The Office of Civil Rights is in total disarray. This administration is America's worst nightmare for black farmers and black people in this country.
And they're bringing him here on a lie because of the Expropriation Act in South Africa. They're saying that they're trying to level the playing field, right? The Expropriation Act. But what they're saying, they're claiming that white farmers, there's a white genocide among white people and white farmers in South Africa. And the numbers and the information, just the facts don't bear it out. What do you talk to me about that? And what do you suspect is behind this? And who do you think he's getting this information from? Because clearly his information is wrong.
I want to clear something up. They keep talking about reverse discrimination that these white farmers from South Africa has faced. It's not true. Don, they own 90% of the land is owned by white farmers. It's not owned by black people in South Africa, people. And they keep talking about it's reverse discrimination. It is not reverse discrimination. And in fact, I'm gonna say this, and I may get in a little trouble. Everywhere that the white man is winning this in the world, they managed to steal all of the land. They stole the land in Africa. They stole all the land in the United States. And there is a historical pattern that what they're doing now, they don't want us out. They don't want me out here farming, Don. You know, that's why I can't. It seems I have a difficult time getting a loan from my own federal government and the banking system that I live in. This is by design, and it was crafted on behalf of Elon Musk and Stephen Miller are the two hands that crafted and put this mess together, this whole fiasco. And we spoke about this about a month or so ago, Don, about what they were trying to do. And now you're seeing that they're courting other states to help them in this. In this case, the governor of Virginia, who helped bring him into Dulles Airport by a private charter, people. Somebody paid for this. And they're asking other civic groups to get involved and support this initiative. When have you heard this president ask for other organizations to help black farmers who can't get loans in this country? When have you heard this president address the historic pattern of land loss by black farmers in this country? That's what we need to be talking about. 20 million acres at the turn of the century. Today, we're down to 3 million acres of land. And guess what, Don? You can't, I'm not going to say you can't, but it's very, very difficult to maintain a farming operation, especially of the magnitude that I have here, 2,000 acres in Virginia, without access to credit. And this administration knows that. So shame on the president for orchestrating a mass conspiracy to take away access to black farmers and bring white farmers into this country and grant them and roll out the carpet for them. They rolled out the carpet for them, Don.
Wow, John. And you think about over the years, it's raining where you are. If you need to get inside, you can. But look, you're a farmer.
Well, you know what? I'm so upset about this. I'm so upset about this, Don. And man, look here. Thank you. You are the face, man, that continues to stay on these issues that really face our people that other journalists won't touch. They won't touch it, Don. This needs to be a top tier story on every black person's social media outlets right now, Instagram, whatever you're doing out there. This story right now and how it affects black America, the way he's bringing white farmers. It's not Africans and all these other terminologies that they're using. These are white farmers and their families, Don. Mm-hmm. They flew them in and they rolled out the red carpet for them. But in this country, you're looking at a fourth generation, and this is my farm here, Don. Take a look at it. It's not too shabby here. Fourth generation farmer that can't get access to credit in the United States with a proven track record of being a successful farmer in this country. Shame on this administration.
I don't know if you've been watching the show or what, but I've been saying look, this is my first show back since I had a death in the family, John. And that was the first thing I said is that I'm sitting there watching a little bit that I know of what's going on because I've been dealing with things that are much more personal and important to me. That there were two stories that I thought were the most outrageous and that should be at the top of everyone's radar. And that's this lie about tariffs, which is affecting farmers as well. He does not have a deal with China. This is not good stuff. And also what's happening with this lie about a white genocide in South Africa and bringing these Afrikaners here. These are not poor people. According to their government and according to all the records and the research, they are not being discriminated against. They aren't being treated harshly. The government is the Democratic government there is just trying to level the playing field, similarly to what they tried to do back in the day with black farmers. And then all of a sudden, Jim Crow came around and they're like, we can't not be making equity among farmers and giving them some of the land. We want all of the land and we don't want to share. This is the Pickford v. Glickman, right? The lawsuit that laid bare that thousands of black farmers were cheated out of billions in wealth, forced to sell their land or lose it to foreclosure. And now I'm told that it's down to 1.5 million acres. You're saying it's 3 million acres, but still, that's a lot.
Well, it's and Don, I want the people who are watching this, Black America, to think about their forefathers. I don't know many Black Americans that hasn't came from some farm out here in the South or Arkansas, Louisiana, or Mississippi, where their forefathers were farmers in this country. Nobody has ever provided Black people in this country with a homestead, a path. We had to fight for the right to vote in this country, man. He's bringing these white farmers in and giving them everything that we had to fight for in this country. We never got a homestead. We never got the land. We got the land after the Civil War when the money wasn't exchanged, Don, and Black people were able to buy land. And like my grandfather said, he paid for his farm 5 times, probably over by the time he finished paying for it, time the landowner finished cheating him. I'm telling you these stories because this is the way that Black America has been treated. But guess what, Don? I got a message for this president. We serve a man that's sitting high and looking low. and he's better than Donald Trump. And my grandmother's name was Ruth Robinson. She was a sharecropper, Don. And guess what she would say? You keep on doing wrong, and there's a stick out yonder up there with your name on it. There's a stick out yonder with Donald Trump's name on it. And guess what? He's going to step on it before long. This is too much dirt to be doing at one time in this country.
Yeah. Well, look, John, I thank you for hopping on here, and we're going to continue to put this story at the top of people's radar. We're going to make sure that they cover it again, because this is outrageous. And I appreciate what you said, everything you said about me and informing people, because I'm just shocked at how many of my colleagues have fallen down on the job, and that they're this false equivalency and this normalization of what's going on and trying to pretend that it's somehow normal and there's a normal way to cover it. It's just unbelievable to me. So, John, thank you. And
Don,
please
thank you for having me. And if people can support us, blackfarmers.org. We need help, and we need it right now. Thank you, Don. God bless you, brother.
You as well. John Boyd Jr., everybody, blackfarmers.org. And again, you need to support the Black independent journalists. I'm just going to be honest with you, because we're the folks out here, again, trying to tell you these stories, because they are getting squashed and they are being sidelined and marginalized.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.